Next one's from interesting. Matthew Lund, and the subject is AEW drama. Listen to your recent debate about the backstage drama. Disco mentioned is Punk worth it? Question the other side is, would the litigation be worth it? Given the absolute mess that was the all-out brawl, it put AEW in a dangerous legal position, where any of the sides could hold Tony and AEW in court for years and sue potentially for tens of millions of dollars. Liability and negligence applies to everyone, and simply cutting contracts is a dangerous path to go down. My suggestion from a legal point of view, without knowing details within any of the contracts of any of the players, would be to play the Bill Watts card and find everyone involved in the backstage drama a hefty sum, let's say $1 million. Then sit everyone down and tell them that the fines can be suspended if everyone signs a hold harmless agreement, indemnifying the company entirely while also agreeing to put all issues in the past and begin to work together again. But what say you, without being able to fire anyone, how would you solve the issues in the backstage locker room? I would have sat all these guys down. I'm hearing that the Elite don't want to sit down with them, and Punk's willing, but Punk's actions of basically, getting people excommunicated from his show and stuff doesn't look like the type of guy that you're dealing with good faith in.
And he's still insulting Adam Page.
He's still, like I'm saying, but bro, you don't CM Punk is not coming across as a good faith actor in this drama, like somebody that, if you sat down with him and then swear, would this guy go into business for himself? Because it looks like he's doing business for himself. He's doing a show. These guys can't be on the show if I'm on the show and something like that. That's you're looking at yourself. So I can see where the Elite, even though they should be, because they're the executive vice presidents, they should be willing to sit down and work it out with this guy. But I absolutely see how they would be, what's the word I want to use? Skeptical of whether Punk is going to hold up his end of the bargain, because of the fact that he has been, everything he's doing is centered around CM Punk. So, I don't know. It's a mess. But I would have, honestly, you could get a guy like Konnan, people that just you like Konnan. If you were in charge, okay, if you were in Tony Khan's position, this was dumped in your lap. Do you trust your ability to navigate your way through a situation logically to appease everybody involved in it, that you could work your way through this? If you explain it, to these, go ahead.
Yeah. I think with those players involved, I could get it done.
Right, because they're not stupid. All these guys are intelligent people. You could explain to them the obvious pluses and minuses of us working together, and that's just like that. I think Tony doesn't really have any reference point to sit down with these guys and come from a reference point. How do I fix this? Because this is the first time he's ever done this, and this is the first time he's ever had a problem like this. Where people that have been in the business, like Konnan, you deal with it. How often have you had to deal with talent that doesn't want to work with each other, and you got them to work with each other over the course of 30 years?
Too many times to count.
Right. So how many times has Tony Khan had to deal with it?
How many times a week?
Like zero. It's like a first run. It's and you're dealing with your top stars. So I don't know. You can sit there, it can be done, but I just don't think that Tony has the experience to deal with this. And we see it. There's legal, there's lawsuits involved. I don't know. I would have. I'm fascinated that nobody can convince these people, let's just make this work. That's crazy to me. I just,
what fascinates me even more?
What?
I said this, I believe, last week. The Young Bucks came out and they were like, hey, we just signed NBA-like deals, right? Obviously, That means it's a big, good deal. I can't believe Tony did say, I'm going to make you rich for a long time. You're not going to have to worry about anything. You'll still have creative input. You'll still be a vice president. You'll still have your own dressing room. You'll still have car service. I don't know what else he gives them, right?
Right.
Your wife can still work here, Cutler Butler or whatever. What's his
Brandon
the
Cutler.
guy with the spray. Brendan Cutler was a nice guy, but anyways, he can still be part of your posse like he's always been, knock us out, whatever. But you have to sit down and you have to make business. because the business that we can make, it's going to benefit all of it. It's going to help the company grow, and it's going to give us a buzz again. I can't believe that wasn't part of the conversation.
Yeah. Well, we don't know if it's part of the conversation, but what might have been, and the reaction wasn't what you would think. That could be a problem. That's the
That
same. We
too.
don't know.
That
Right?
too.
Yeah.
Right. That too.